everyone. It is Wednesday. How you doing tonight? How are you this Wednesday night? It is Hump Day, people. Hump Day. How are you today? Tell me about your day. What are you grateful for? What are you grateful for tonight? That's what we want to know. Hey, Angela, great to have you here live tonight. I hope all is well in your world. I hope all is well in your world. Kitty, something told me I would be on time tonight, Kitty. I don't know what signals you're getting in the universe. Maybe my peanut gallery is texting you things. On when they got me prodded to be on time. It's my problem with time. And why I say I'm the king of 10 minutes late, because I'm always trying to do that one more thing. I'm always trying to get one more thing done. And then I look up and I'm like, oh, it's this time. So it's not, it's not out of disrespect of people's time. In a younger me, it was probably out of disrespect of people's time. A younger me probably was completely disrespectful of people's time. Now it's to give as much to I try to give so much to everything. Yay, Kitty, I've heard those have been coming in like crazy. I still got to do my first. I got my first sitting over there. I actually made a lot of nice desk progress today. My desk is much neater than it was this morning. Much neater, which is exciting. Much neater. So I am excited about that. And it was a beautiful day here in New England, which means it probably was in Illinois 3 days ago. 70s with a light breeze, not as humid. It was very, very nice. What are you all grateful for today? Hey, 3 van loads of furniture. Nice. Nice, Kitty. We have been having furniture selling well this week. It's like people are both consigning and buying furniture right now. So that is great. We want to keep that moving. And we had a new person at our home decor store start today who is doing, her first day was great, and she was very engaging with customers and talked about how she really enjoyed her first day. And she got along with our cat person. So our cat person who works there approves of her. So, then I guess she can stay. But it's been a good day. Rebecca and I had father-daughter lunch. Rebecca got, which we used to do on Sundays when she was in college. And we did that today. And she got promoted today. So it's an all exciting day for everybody. That is awesome. Everyone is awesome. Hey, Barb, how are you? Great to have you here tonight live. Great to have you. Well, I'm going to get started here tonight so I can get into whatever the heck I'm getting into tonight. We start every night with the Good Morning, Good Night book and our friend Lin-Manuel Miranda, who we are less than 6 degrees of separation from, although he has no clue who the heck we are. I don't think he's one of our closet YouTube watchers. We are broadcasting tonight on both Facebook and YouTube, so if you have any problems, you can hop on over to the YouTube channel. Tonight, in the Good Morning, Good Night book, we are on page 192. Good morning. You will have to say no to things to say yes to your work. It'll be worth it. Yes, it will. Hey, Julie Jankowitz, how are you? Great to have you here tonight. I hope all is well in Julie's world. Julie's been pricing a lot of new retail items. I saw that. There was a big book and video move in at Remarkable Resale. You can now find the books and video by the single door. Diane, how are you? It is great to have you here live. Whoa, everybody is here live tonight. It is great to see everybody. Great to have you. Have you all? Yes, I got my 30-second Facebook doom scroll update today, where Facebook actually showed me some things. You never know what it's going to show you. I try to very much limit my intake of it. I really do, because there's much more negative. That's how I keep my positive mental outlook, people. It all starts up here, and I got some stuff on that tonight. So before I get into what I'm talking about tonight, so before we continue our whole pricing part of inventory discussion, which we've been doing this week, I got a couple quick things to talk to you about. Aha! More furniture. Move the books and DVDs to make room for more furniture. We have always promoted the reading, and both for adults and, well, it all came out of kids, because we really want to give the kids a book and keep them off a device. So we've always been big proponents of reading. We support the library in their efforts and various programs at the library, and we're very blessed to be able to do that. But we've always believed in it, and in the whole scheme of things, they don't take up a lot of space, and they sell. We actually sell a fair number of them online. We actually sell a fair number of books and DVDs online. We're able to. One of the reasons we're able to sell so many is because, as part of our software, we're able to scan them right in. We don't data enter any books. We scan the barcodes, and if they don't have a valid barcode on them, we don't accept them. Because some books have a generic barcode on them that is just on there for mass market paperbacks and things. But if it's got a valid barcode, we scan it into the system. It downloads all the information, including a picture of the cover, and then we have that up on our website. Yeah, it's a great thing. I think that's awesome, Kitty, because it's amazing how much we sell in books and DVDs. People still like that. I can think of several customers off the top of my head that like that, and we also have a good run of people. Again, I can think of this one lady who's a hairdresser. Her husband is an avid reader. He's always reading all the latest books. He's reading the latest Patterson, the latest this, and it's great. It's encouraging. Reading is just such a fundamental. You teach a kid to read. That's where we started it all from, and that's from a guy who didn't like to read until I was older, until I was much older. I always read for business or for school and everything else, and now I can read for enjoyment, and I really like that. Although I like books on tape a lot because I spend so much time in the car. You just stopped taking DVDs? Yeah, we still sell them, Diane. They still sell well in kids and adults. We have in our home store. We sell a lot of them. A lot of people don't have 50 subscriptions on the DVD. They buy 10 DVDs from us a week, or every couple weeks. It's kind of funny how that is, in this subscription world. To have a subscription service, let's just take Netflix, okay? You say that's $10 a month. Well, now you got to have the $100 internet service that goes along with it, so you can actually download and stream it. And a lot of people just use their phones for internet, and so they don't have that fancy DVD player. Download for home. Well, you have a used bookstore across the street. Well, that explains part of it. So that explains it. So we are the used bookstore across the street. I liked this quote from Seth Godin today. Being aware of your fear is smart. Overcoming it is the mark of a successful person. Being aware of your fear is smart. Overcoming it is the mark of a successful person. There you go. And just because I have a second one here from him and I thought this was good, we believe what we want to believe in. It all starts up here, people. It all starts up here. And once we believe something, it becomes a self-fulfilling truth. We believe what we want to believe in. All starts, the mind is a powerful, powerful tool. And once we believe in something, it becomes a self-fulfilling truth. I thought this was cool, okay? Who in here sells earmuffs, okay? You sell earmuffs during the winter months? And I just thought this was cool, so I had to share this random fact about earmuffs, because I know I'm not the only one that sells earmuffs, okay? Okay, well, you know, that earmuff you might be selling this winter might be more valuable than you think, because that earmuff may be able to measure blood alcohol level. Scientists have developed earmuffs for use in measuring blood alcohol levels as an alternative to breathalyzers. They collect gas released through the skin of a person's ears and monitor ethanol vapor. I am not making that up. I am not making that up. I wish I was making that up, but you know, this is science. And who decided to measure the vapor from your ear? Okay, I'm sitting here at my desk. Who decided to measure the vapor from your ear? Okay. Just some added stats on the May sales report. Some sector specific stats. You know, we covered that last night. What that there was technically a month over month, you know, May over April sales decrease. Hey, Adele and Dazzle are here. Dazzle, it's tree time. Clothing and accessory stores are up 198% unadjusted year over year. Not a surprise. All clothing and accessory stores were closed. Many of them were closed last May or just starting to open up. Furniture and home furnishing stores were up 64% year over year. Sporting goods were up 40% year over year. General merchandise stores were up 9% year over year. So, you know, there's a lot of good news in the retail segment when you get beyond the headlines. There's a lot of good there. No, Diane, that is not your average earmuffs. That is not your average earmuffs. And it's good that I don't have them on today. Not because I went to Costco. We were at a coffee and gin. You know, the important things in life. I found this stat very, very interesting. Okay, 27% of shopping centers, 27% of shopping centers are located in these three states. Any guesses? 27% of shopping centers are located in these three states. I'm gonna let you guess on that one for a minute, and then I'm gonna cover the last thing before I get back to inventory. Okay, so I covered the other day for you how the SBA was up the creek with the Restaurant Revitalization Fund because of lawsuits. And the short version again is that people felt that the process by which the SBA was doing that had sued because they viewed it as discriminatory. And because it was, the priority was given for restaurant revitalization grants the priority was given to women, veterans, minorities were the key groups that were prioritized for restaurant revitalization grants. And that was viewed as discriminatory because race was involved, race and gender were involved in that. It is now a concern of the SBA and others, here included, here, me, that the SBA's other programs, such as the Targeted EIDL Advance and the Supplemental Advance, will be targeted now for lawsuits, because part of this is legitimate. I'm not getting mine. Okay, why do I have to wait behind this group? Okay, my business was affected too, type argument. And part of this is very politically motivated. These lawsuits are being very politically done. I really try to avoid the direct discussion of politics, but they are, one party's people are suing and bringing these suits in jurisdictions that are very favorable to that party. And that is how these precedents are getting set. It doesn't mean there's no validity. It doesn't mean that other people aren't having to wait in line. I'm not saying that, but the process for this isn't helping people. Okay, it is helping nobody. And so, just be aware of that. So if you get an invitation to the EIDL, the Targeted EIDL Advance or Supplemental, the important thing to do is get your stuff in immediately. Like, drop everything and get your stuff in. The one positive thing that may come of the lawsuits that have yet to be filed on the Targeted EIDL Advance is there is people looking to argue and sue over what is a low-income area. And if they win on that basis, okay, which is different than winning on race or gender, that could be good for some people that have been left on the sidelines because they're 2 blocks away, okay, but they serve a lower demographic. So I will keep you updated, but I had to tell you that and keep you in the loop on that. Hey, Kelly, happy hump day. It is hump day. Kitty guest, Florida, California, and Illinois for where 27% of the U.S. shopping centers are found. You got 2 out of 3, Kitty. 2 out of 3. Florida, California are correct. Texas is the third. 27%. More than 1 in 4 are shopping centers are found in those 3 states. Hang on, what did I do with my glasses? There's my glasses. California has 15,285. Texas has 12,834. Florida has 10,843. Illinois is number 5. Illinois is number 5 on the list. Okay, Florida at number 3, 10,843. Illinois has 4,470. Okay. But Illinois, Kitty, does move up in sales tax. Illinois is number 4 in sales tax revenue. California is number 1, Texas number 2, and Florida number 3. So it is interesting with that. I found that an interesting stat. I'm saying that may happen. Kelly, always catch the replay. That's great. I'm glad you're able to. I know tonight's not yoga night, but, that's fine. There, you may end out, because of some lawsuits, able to apply for the advance because you're not in a low-income area. It's set by Congress. It's really going to be interesting how they handle that. So I'm keeping an eye on it. Yeah, I'm always amazed every time, like the last time I was in Illinois, the new, tonight was crazy. Oh, crazy yoga tonight. Here's my downward dog. Oh, no, that's my tree. I don't know my downward dog. Thanks, Cassandra, for putting the link to YouTube in the show notes. So if you have any Facebook problems, you can hop right on over. Yeah, I mean, I remember the last time I was in Chicago, it was crazy. It seems like forever ago that I was in Chicago. But I want to get to traveling soon. I want to get out and see stores. I want to get and visit with you all. And if somebody can fill, I need 2 roles filled, and then I can travel again. So back on our topic of the week. Back on our topic of the week, which is not crazy yoga. It is not crazy yoga. Okay. But it is inventory. Inventory. We've been covering different things with it. So we have covered what is the right price. We had ranges throughout the country on my purse, and my lovely sample shirt that I have here. Okay. We've covered pricing. We covered what should be priced online versus pricing for your local market. Okay, that's what things in general, most things should be priced for your local market. So we've covered that this week. What is next to cover? Okay. The next thing to cover is one of the hardest things you store owners have, is teaching somebody else to price. Okay, so often I go into stores and I say this all, keep in mind, okay, keep in mind when I talk about this, I can talk about it from the perspective of being there. Okay, so I'm not putting anybody down. I am not out to say you are awful because you haven't been able to get people to price, or you are awful because you haven't been able to get people to price as fast as you. Okay. Ultimately, we overthink it. Okay. But there are tools you can use to get people to price with you. We covered what the right price is. So you know what the right price is for your market. If you've been in business for any period of time, putting the pandemic aside, okay, you know what it's like to price for your market. The problem is bringing in other people to price for you. Okay, freeing yourself from the pricing counter, freeing yourself from intake. Okay, this is not rocket science. It is not brain surgery. It is not brain surgery. Okay, you do not, and I know people who've had brain surgery. I know multiple people who've had brain surgery. I also know a couple people that should have brain surgery. Okay, I digress. Okay, the fundamentals of pricing, okay, and where you get lost starts at two things. One is, as we covered, and I'm just going to use the example of the shirt here because I'm, hitting a lot of clothing stores right now. And because I'm really trying to get the clothing stores prepped for the fall. Okay. We had, stores across the country price this from $7.99 to $24. Okay. And that's fine. Okay. That range, depending on where you are in the country, that's fine. That fine Izod shirt. But in your store, okay, in training people, you guys go nuts over whether this is priced at $7.99 or $8.99. Hey, Susie, do you think I should price this at $7.99 or $8.99? Well, you're thinking 9.25. Sally, what do you think? Sally, I think I was going to price this at $7.99. What do you think I should price it at? Oh, you wouldn't pay more than $6. I don't know what do you think I should price it on? What do you think I should price it on? I see that again and again in stores. Okay, so you waste all of this labor on an item that's going to sell for $10 or $8 or $7. Oh, I'm sorry that your best pricer retired, Kitty. But what you should do more. Exactly. Kelly, I thought you were done. I thought you were watching the replay. Yes, you spent $8 worth of labor talking about it. Okay, you spent $8 worth of labor talking about the price. I would argue that I have a job for your retired pricer that she can work on from home, Kitty. And so, yes, you spend too much time arguing about a dollar or a quarter. If you're doing any level of volume, you're spending too much time in pricing talking about it. Hey, Jennifer, great to have you here tonight. Welcome to the program live. So don't spend that time. Go with your gut, okay? Because if you're doing any level of volume, whether you price this at $7.99, $8.99, or $6.99 is not going to make a tinker's damn. Okay, what will make a difference is if you could have priced 5 more shirts in the time that you had that discussion, or 10 more shirts if you had in the time you were having that discussion. Okay, what it comes down to is that you should be having things into buckets, into pricing buckets. Okay, you have your brands in a bucket. Okay. And so you have your brands in somewhere between 3 and 5 buckets. So you have 3 to 5 pricing tiers for the average store. That's not to say that sometimes, okay, that you're going to get something average outside of your bucket. Okay, you're a middle range store and all of a sudden you get Louis Vuitton. That's okay, but that goes to the side. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about your average everyday items that's coming in every day of the week. Okay, an Izod shirt doesn't need an internet search every time it comes in. It does not need a discussion among your employees. Okay, this is not apparel talk with Susie. Okay, this is get it to the floor. It is costing you money not getting it to the floor. So what you determine, okay, is okay for short. You first start with your brands, okay, because your A brands are always going to be your A brands, whether it's a shirt, whether it's a pair of pants, whether it is a purse. Regardless of what it is, okay, in your market, keeping in mind that an A brand in your market may be a D brand in another market, okay? We've covered that because we've talked about pricing. But ultimately, in your market, you take your brands and you define what they are. An A, a B, a C, anywhere from 3 to 5 tiers. You do not need 100 tiers. You do not need 20 tiers, 20 buckets. Do not overcomplicate this. It is complicated enough setting up between 3 and 5 tiers of brands. It is, I assure you, it is complicated enough. And that's fine, Kitty, that you have brands good, better, and best. Okay? But within that, okay, a shirt for a good brand should always sell the same unless with an extenuating factor. Like, for example, okay, if this was a best brand in your store, if this Izod shirt was a best brand in your store, okay, it should sell at the same price as every other best brand short sleeve men's shirt in your store. Okay, the variable to that could be that it is a men's short sleeve shirt new with tags. And when you hit a new with tag item, you can add an additional amount to that. But for your everyday good condition thing, but if Izod fell into best, it would be at this price. If Izod, the brand for your market, was a better brand, it would always be this price for a men's short sleeve shirt. And if Izod was a good brand in your market, okay, it would fall into this price for a men's short sleeve shirt. But you're putting the brand goes in good, better, best. The brand defines who is good, who is better, and who is best. Not the garment. Not the garment. The brand defines that in your matrix. You're creating a matrix. You're creating a matrix, not the movie, but you are creating a pricing matrix, okay? Because you're taking person out of this. Okay, you are taking person out of this, and you are doing this for your market, which we covered. Okay, if you haven't seen it, the videos this week, we covered how a price of a shirt or a purse and everything will vary across markets. We covered how it will vary across the internet. So take that out of it. This is you in your store, in your city, on your main street. Okay, that is what we are talking about. That is what we are talking about making better. And so then I do, Kitty. And I'm going to cover that. I'm going to cover that. So give me a second, and I will get you there. And that's what I think your retired person should be doing for you. So now you have the brand in that bucket. Okay, and so all the brands that are in good, better, or best, okay, all your best brands, a short sleeve shirt, okay, are going to sell for the same price. All the brands that are in your better category are going to sell the men's short sleeve shirt for the same price. All of the brands that are in your good category are going to do that. Okay, again, you defined it right there for me, Kitty, at three tiers for your brands, and that's really good. That encompasses most of things. When we're pricing, I hear all the time when I go into store, oh, well, we had to research this, or we had to look this up, or whatever. Okay, most of your stuff falls into one of those tiers. And I can buy the argument for 4 tiers. I can buy the argument for 5. I can't buy the argument for 20 for most stores because you can't maintain it. You can't automate it. You can't maintain it. You're not big enough, okay, to do that. To have that many, it gets too confusing. Then everything has its, everything's a sacred cow. Everything has its own silo. And if every item's more than $1,000, then maybe I can justify that. But when you're talking $10 items, $20 items, $50 items, even $75 items, no. It doesn't matter what market you're in, unless you're in the uber high luxury. It does not matter. It does need to be, but you come across those, and you can come across those in a drop-off. And when you do, kick it aside, because that slows down processing. That slows down your processing. Do the everyday stuff. The good, better, best, because that keeps everything moving. But what you do is you first set up the brands in this matrix. You define the brands. And once that's defined, then you start of merchandise to define your pricing it. It is incredibly time consuming to set up a pricing matrix. It is. I'm not get out the sugar and dance it around here. It is incredibly time consuming. But the idea is once you define the brands, then it's not eating an elephant. You take one bite at a time, people. You take one bite at a time. Okay? So instead of trying to say, I have to set up all my pricing matrix before I can let anybody else price, no. You start setting up things. You set up men's short sleeve shirts, or you tackle one category. Ladies, tank tops, okay? And you do your good, better, best pricing. Then you do 3/4 lengths, or you do short sleeve. You do each section of it, okay? One at a time. And it doesn't matter whether you're using an automated system, such as the software pricing guides that exist in several of the major software platforms, such as Liberty, Traxia, and others right now. Okay, those programs are great. I've worked with all the vendors on their pricing. I've talked to them all on their pricing platform. Okay, making it easy. But what this allows you to do is to train someone else to price. It means that you take pricing out of the obscure, okay, and difficult and hard to train and hard to do, and everything requires research, and you make it simple. You make it data entry, especially if you convert a paper matrix, okay, a paper matrix to a online system, okay, with your software. Okay, it makes it incredibly powerful and easy to do. It takes you, yes, you, out of pricing. Kitty, the paper matrix, because you have the ability now to computerize it, would be incredibly valuable to you. Okay, because the paper matrix works. I mean, it's the exact same thing. It's just more time consuming. Think card catalog at the library. Okay, I mean, you and I both remember the card catalog. I mean, we took classes. I mean, they gave classes to us in school on how to use the card catalog. Okay, what you are doing right now is you have the card catalog. Okay, digitizing your card catalog will incredibly speed your efficiency. It will make your staff, okay, your summer staff, you got lots of kids working for you, it would make them data entry monsters. They would be pricing that inventory so fast, it is ridiculous, because it doesn't require thought. All you got to be able to do, okay, this is Izod. That's the brand. It is a polo, okay, it's a short sleeve shirt. Whatever your categories are, it makes training somebody new very, very quick. Yes, get out of the Dewey Decimal System. But if you don't even have the Dewey Decimal System, that's where you start. That is where you start. It's okay. Not everybody's computerized. Not everybody is on a system that has this option. A lot of systems have it now, because I've really pushed the software providers. I've pushed them all on it. I've had conversations with all of them about it. And, they're like, well, the owner knows how to price. And I'm like, yeah, the owner does. But if they're going to grow, if they're going to scale, if the owner is going to have a company and not a job, you have to be able to have other people do this. If you are going to have a company, not a job, and I think that's my July article. Okay, I'm giving a preview there, okay, of my July article. You have to be able to have other people do this. And so this is how you get there. Your brands into buckets, A, B, C, good, better, best. And then your item categories within that bucket have a set price. And wherever that brand falls, if it's always a best brand, it will always be, whether it's a shirt, whether it's a pair of pants, whether it's a purse, whether it's a pair of shoes. This automation sets you free. It also brings great consistency to your store, because it eliminates all that we talked about earlier. Susie, should I price this at $7.99? I was going to go $7.99. What do you think? Hang on, let me look at it. Look at it a little more. Do you want to see it closer? It takes all that out of it. Okay, it takes all of that out of it. So, well, I would go $8.49. $8.49 I'd price. Well, I was going to go $7.99. Do you think I should really go $8.49? It takes all of that. All of that goes away. Well, wait for my July article. I'm pretty sure it's my July article. I mean, because we're hitting a point, Kitty, and I don't think I shared how excited I was that I was able to write a couple of articles at once. So I think it's my July article. I have been writing all my articles literally as Adele is like, where is my article? It is, the whole edition is going to press. The presses are printing. Your article is not in it. Okay, and you know what I'm talking about, Kitty, because you've written for the newsletter. And during this whole pandemic, I've been doing that. But we finally got to a point with content. And I did that, and I pushed that envelope with Adele. because the content that I thought I was writing, in my own opinion, self was so important to be timely to what was happening at that moment. And we finally hit a moment where I said, I can write a couple of articles again. I mean, I'm best when I sit down and I write 2 or 3 at a time and get them out, is the way my writing style works. And I was excited that we were at a point in this pandemic that I could do that. So that is chew on all that tonight. That is for you to chew on tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, this video and everything I talk about, everything I talk about goes over to narcs.org/resale strong by noon the next day. Whether it should or not, it goes over there to narcs.org/resale strong by noon the next day. Yes, it does. Thank you, Adele and Cassandra, for making all that happen. There's also a direct link to the YouTube channel. You're not alone running this store, where you can like, comment, subscribe, and yes, ring the bell. I think the bell's almost as popular as the pink calculator now. Almost as popular. Yes, you can, so you know when a new one drops. You can also share narcs.org/resale strong with everybody you know in business. The butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. We are going to help everyone make it to the other side of this. Things are better, but this pandemic is not over. But we will keep marching forward. Yes, we will. I am here every night at More 8th and Ish, live in the Narcs private Facebook group. But if you have a question in between, yes, I'm talking to you, and you, and you. You just email me, Neil, Neil at ECIstores.com, Neil at ECIstores.com. You guys have been awesome tonight. I'm just saying, awesome. We start this program every night with the Good Morning, Good Night book. Did I mention that Lego is awesome too? They gave Rebecca a promotion today. Just saying. We start this program with the Good Morning, Good Night book. Tonight we're on page 192. 192, if you were not here at the top of the program. Good morning. You, yes, you will have to say no to things to say yes to your work. It'll be worth it. Our good night tonight is good night. Don't forget to look up from your work and let real life in. Yes, it makes your work better. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Abramson. I do like a good party, a wedding, a bar mitzvah even. We will party again. We will party in person. And when we do, you know what? I'm going to be there with you. But until then, and until tomorrow night at More 8th and Ish, know that you and you, but most importantly you, yes you, you're not alone running this store. Have a great night, everybody. I will see you tomorrow. It's time for dinner.